Hi, I'm the crazy train girl.
Hi, I'm the crazy train girl, and today I'm going to take you on a special trip. I'm here in a small town called Bad Schandau. It's in the very far east south of Germany. And this place has a very special tram.
This small town called Bad Schandau is quite unique. It has a lot to offer for such a small town. Yes, it is called Bad Schandau, and this German word part Bad means bath or spa. So strictly speaking, this is not in the strictest sense a wellness town, but to be precise, you can come here for medical treatments. So for example, for a medical rehab. But of course, it is also quite famous for people that want to go on vacation. And yes, it has a lot to offer for vacations. You can go hiking, and there are really nice opportunities to go on trips on ships along the river Elbe. And yes, it has some historical landmarks such as this elevator or the Kirnitzschtal. It's a really great perspective, believe me. And yes, you have the opportunity to hop on the tram right here. And if you want to, just come along for a ride. The Kirnitzschtal, so the tram line through the valley called Kirnitzschtal, is a so-called overland tram, which means it is a tram route that differs from the classic inner city tram connections in such a way that it definitively leaves the city. There are only relatively few trams of this specific type. For example, parts of the Stuttgart tram, the line number 1 of the Hanover City train, and the tram route between Halle and Bad Dürrenberg, on which the approximately 31-kilometer longest German tram line operates. And of course, the Kirnitzschtal is part of it. It runs on meter gauge from Bad Schandau to the Lichtenhain waterfall. In order to promote tourism and the local economy, there were first plans to build a horse-drawn tram through the Kirnitzsch Valley already around 1870. Finally, in 1893, the so-called Executive Committee for the construction and operation of a motorized tram from Schandau via the Lichtenhain waterfall to the Kirnitzschtal was founded. And yes, this committee should plan the corresponding route from the train station in Bad Schandau via the waterfall close to Lichtenhain, passing some mills, going to the so-called Kirnitzschtal, a restaurant on the Saxon-Bohemian border. The route was approved in the same year. Ultimately, however, only the first part of the route to the Lichtenhain waterfall was built. The further route, originally planned, was not implemented for, of course, financial reasons. And the planned section from the Schandau train station to the city center, well, yes, it was also dropped after lots and lots of protests from local traders and innkeepers. Therefore, there was neither freight traffic nor commuter traffic on this route. Shortly before Whitsun 1898, the 6 railcars arrived so that the route could be opened as planned at Whitsun. Since the Kirnitzschtalbahn was, as mentioned, purely an excursion railway, from the beginning it only ran from May to October. Of course, nowadays it runs around the year. After all, in the almost 5 months of operation in the opening year, already 80,000 passengers were counted. Within the next 20 years, passenger numbers rose to around 200,000 per year. Unfortunately, however, the railway suffered its greatest catastrophe in 1927. In the night of July 26th to the 27th, the depot and the entire fleet of vehicles burned down. And yes, it took a while to get it running again. A next minor cut was in 1969. The length of the railway was shortened by around 350 meters. The section in the city center of Bad Schandau was shut down due to the increase in road traffic. And another really disaster was the Elbe flood in the year 2010. The route was partially washed away, retaining walls were damaged, and the entire fleet suffered engine damages. Today, just over 200,000 passengers a year take the train between the Spa Park and the waterfall. There are a total of 9 stops along the 7.9 kilometer long route. The entire route is single track and runs on the Saxon State Road number 165. Yes, it runs right on the Kirnitzschtal street. The depot is already outside of Bad Schandau, between second and third stop to be precise. Crossings can take place at the 2 passing points. One of them is actually located directly at the depot, the so-called depot switch. The other one is on the free route between the Forsthaus and the stop called Nasser Grund, which translates as wet ground, and I think you can guess where that name comes from. And yes, there is also a transfer track at each of the 2 endpoints. A last interesting fun fact for those of you who love old vehicles. Interestingly, the Kirnitzschtal is one of exactly 3 German tram companies, along with the Woltersdorfer tram company and the Naumburg tram, which uses, still today, 2 axle vehicles of old types.